What's up, e-bikers? On an e-moto with looks to kill. This is the Sasikeibike Y7, 1500 watts, blue rims, awesome looks. It's next. Let's go. Okay, welcome to the Sasikeibike Y7, guys. Electric dirt bike in cool blue. It's just too cool to pass this one up here. This was pretty cool looking. One of my group rides, the guy showed up with one of these. Shout out to Anthony. He's also giving me some tips on this thing. And I thought it was pretty cool looking. I just love blue rims like that. And that blue boxy frame here. Electric dirt bike. This thing is only $11.99. Comes in black, white, and this cool blue. It's got fenders. It's got a front headlight fascia there. It's got turn signals. It's got a real Monoshock back there and an inverted front fork, as you can see, with lockout and preload there. Just a really cool looking dirt bike and something I don't normally review, but again, it looked pretty cool. And a company reached out, so I said, why not? Let's check it out and take it for a spin. So let's check out the specs on the Y7 from Sasikeibike. This is a 1500 watt motor that peaks at 3000 watts, they say, and comes with a claimed 190 newton meters of torque. Now, in my initial testing, I don't feel 190 with this thing because it kind of takes a little while to ramp up that power, but that's what they claim, and we'll do a speed test here very shortly, so stay tuned. This is a 52 volt e-bike, 52, right? So, and the battery is hidden in here. You cannot take the battery out. This is where you charge it right here. Comes with a 3 amp charger. It is a 52 volt, 35 amp hour system, they say. And it's IPX6 rated here. So it's got a 3-prong charger right there. Yeah, you cannot take this out. It's hidden in here with these screws on either side. And this is, I think this is just aluminum panel here. On the Y7 here, so that's what you're looking at. Comes with again a 3 amp charger, so it's going to take a while to fill the thing up, about 10 hours at least. From a gearing standpoint, this is a cadence sensor e-bike, pretty small chainring up front. That's got to be like a 42 tooth, I think, and that's married to the Shimano SIS turning derailleur. Pretty basic entry-level product here. There's your freewheel, and again 7 speeds on the Y7. We're rocking 20 by 4 inch fat tires on there. These are Innovas. They got this nice street pattern on there. So this is more of a street tire e-bike, I would say, and light trails. No knobbies here. We're rocking 203 rotors here up front, and these are Logan hydraulic disc brakes. I think they're 2-piston, and they come in red. They look really sharp on the bike with that red accent. So 203s front and rear. The Y7 is a robust 140-pound e-bike. It is 69 inches long from tire tip to tire tip. Payload is 300 pounds, and that seat height is about 35 inches to the top right there. Comes with fenders front and rear. Here's the front one. It just plugs, it screws in under the frame up here. Pretty easy install. The light was kind of a pain to get on. There's a nice horn here as well. We'll come over that in a second. We'll go to the cockpit. But in the rear, now, there are actually 2 fenders for the rear. This one came installed. The second one is a split fender, so it kind of comes out right here. I did not put it on. I think it looks cooler without it. And there's a couple of mounting brackets for right here that come out, and the fender sits on top of that against a split fender on this dirt bike here. So that's what you get here on the Y7. And I really like the seating layout here. So a nice kind of quilted seat here. It's pretty comfortable. It raises up in the back, so I'm a taller rider. I appreciate that. I can sit back farther and just get a little more leg extension. Makes it a more comfortable ride as well. Now you're going to sink a little bit when you hit that Monoshock, so you have a nice kind of faux leather top up here as well. It just makes the bike look really kind of richer. It looks like it's more customized, if you will, with that pattern, and it's a nice touch that Sasikeibike put on there. Here's the rear Monoshock. It's got quite a good bounce to it, so it should make for a lot of fun going over jumps on this thing. Here's a look at that front shock. Pretty decent travel there. I'm a 6-foot rider, so here's what I look like on the bike. It's pretty comfortable. I'm not going to pedal this thing because I don't get much pedal extension. The lowest I can get is right there, and that's all I can get here. So, but it's got a big enough battery. I did a range test as well. I'll tell you that coming up as well. Stay tuned. Okay, let's take a look at the cockpit here. On the right side, you have a quarter twist throttle right here on this, hard but not too hard grips here. Your Shimano shifter here. Of course, your Logan hydraulic brakes right here. There's your display. We'll come back to that. The horizontal display, it's pretty basic. You get your battery bars up here, your speed, trip and odometer, and your levels. On the left side, this is where all your controls are. You got plus and minus, your walk mode, the I key, and your settings and power button in the middle. Odometer, max, average, and trip is all you get here on that display, so not much data. Over here are your lights. That's your turn on your light. Then you have a high beam and a low beam. Your turn signals, turn those on, and your horn. This has got a really, it's got a car-like horn. You actually see it right here. It's wide into the bike. That is definitely a motorcycle type of loud horn as well. So there you go. Okay, here's that front light, and you can see the turn signal going as well. That's high, that's low. It has a pretty good throw on it. I'll try to get you a night shot if I can, but let's do the right turn signal. There's the right one, and let's check out the brake light in the back. That's a pretty good signal as well. It's kind of split actually. So here's your brake light, and your turn signals are separated from this. This is a really nice brake light with turn signals. There's a look at the headlight. You can see here a nice switch, low and high beam. You get that center one coming in versus that low one there. So there's your high beam. That's just low beam here. Now your display, so a couple things about this. I had to go in and fix the speed and change the tire size because this thing was registering the wrong speed. So you can hold down plus and minus to get into the settings. There's your P settings. You can hit 1, 2, 3. There's the, I put it down to 16.1 inches, and I use my GPS speed app to dial in the settings there. So I settled on 16.1. It's only like 1 off now, something like that. What else? You've also got speed in here. Now, this thing has, okay, I just maxed it out right there. 61 miles per hour is as fast as you can put it. Hit the I key, go over. Let's see here. I key. 62 was the, okay, so that was the highest. Hold down the setting key. Okay, so we'll see what top speed is. 1,500 watts, 3,000 peak, they claim. We shall see here. So definitely it's going to hit in the 30s. 40, I don't know. We'll have to check. My initial test didn't seem to get there, but we'll give it another shot. I did recharge. I did a range test, and I did recharge the battery back to full. So I got only like 22 miles in PS5. So that's full speed. That's with hills, real world conditions. So keep that in mind, okay? 22 miles. What they say is a 35 battery. That seems a little low. That was my first, charge of the bike. I just topped it off once I got it and built it. So we'll see if it does any better on a second full charge. But PS5, you're going to max out that battery. So you're probably only going to get maybe 25, maybe 30 miles if you're really light. I'm only 180 pounds. So if you're like 140, you might get closer to 30 maybe. Let's do a speed test here. This has a slight downhill to it, so I want to see what we get here. Again, I dialed in the speed, so there's 30, 34, 35, and got a brake here for the stop sign. All right, we hit 35 on that with a slight downhill. We'll do another one too coming up. It's a 140-pound e-bike, or electric dirt bike, I should say, e-moto, AKA. Don't call this an e-bike because really need to start classifying these things differently. Corners well on those tires, those Innovas. Watch out for this patch of sand here. It doesn't have a ton of torque off the line, so I don't know where they're getting 190 from, but it's a fast bike, but it's not torquey like my 72 volt. Let's test it here across the street. I'll give you a sense of what that's like. A busy day today. It's Monday. It should be working. All right, here we go. Look, not a lot of torque off the line there. So crossing the street there was kind of slow, I thought. Now it picks up though, real quick. Downhill at 40 miles an hour. I am topping out right there. Not going any faster than that. So there was your downhill speed, 40 miles an hour. I will say the front of this bike is pretty heavy. So on my range test, my arms got kind of tired after that 2-hour ride I did. Just holding this thing together. Well, I found like the brakes have dialed in a bit too. They've definitely gotten worn in. They were a little soft, took me a little more effort at first, but now they're fairly grippy. And they put street tires on this. I wonder why. I mean, this is really a dirt bike, but you know, they're kind of smooth knobbies, so I don't know how good on really off-road stuff it'll be. I think dirt roads, you know, fire roads, stuff like that will be fine. But might experience some slippage, I don't know. See those brakes? No squeaking so far, no rattling. Flat course. See if I run out of room, I don't know. All right, we're at 30. 33, 34, 35. All right, I might have hit 36 if I didn't run out of room there. Let's try one more time on the other way. Takes a good 5 seconds to really ramp up here, get into the 30-mile-an-hour range. 32, 33, 34, 35. Yeah, gotta slow down here. All right, so there you go. You know, pedaling this thing is, we could try it. Let's see if it gets any faster. Not exactly comfortable. Lots of ghost pedaling. Oh man, forget it. I'm not even gonna try. There's so much ghost pedaling. That's a really small chainring down there. And I don't think you can change the chainring because it's in the way of this part here is in the way. There's just not enough gap there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but a bigger chainring would hit this. So looks like they had to stick with a 42 tooth down here overall. Maybe it's a 44, I don't know, but it's not very big. Test. Throttle only, 52 volt, 1500 watts. So we'll see how it does here. It better not go below, like, 12 or 13 up at the top here, because then it's going to tell me it doesn't have enough torque. 16, 17 miles an hour, gaining speed here as we should. Motor's getting pretty loud back there. We're at 21. Watch out, car. Here's where it gets steep. All right, 20, 19, 18 miles an hour, 17, 16, we're gonna crest at 14 maybe, 13. There's 12. So let's throw it back 13. Okay, so yeah, crest between 12 and 13 miles an hour. 750 watts usually get, 11 miles an hour up that hill. That same thing. So this is like, 2 miles an hour better essentially. But yeah, I don't think it's quite as advertised, but still a pretty good hill climber overall. There's another hill, moderate hill, going up it at 21 miles an hour. Do a downhill run with no power. Actually, let's do it with power this time. Let's see how fast we can get down here. We did 40 on that first hill. I'm not gonna dial it up just yet because we got a corner up here. On the last part down, I'll hit that throttle. Already at 29, 30. Gotta tap the brakes a little bit. Okay, here we go. Sure there's no cars. Holy shit, this is fast. 36, 37. Oh man. Whoa. That felt sketchy a sec. Oh. Yeah, we had like we had 41 there, I think that's all. But yeah, pretty fast downhill as well. Take it in the grass here and check out that spring action. Oh yeah. See me bouncing here. Hey, look at that bird. It's flying with me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tons of fun. A little bit rattly here once you get into the heavy stuff. Oof. Yikes. I don't have any gear on, so I'm a little hesitant to go nuts with this thing, but it's definitely a lot of fun. What can I say? It's a little bump right here. Oh shit. Let's take it up here in the top of the incline here. A little rougher in here. Oh yeah. Oh man, this thing is noisy as shit. Lots of rattling going down there. Let's take it into the woods next. Do a little spin in there. Those guys are playing pickleball. I'd rather be e-biking. All right, let's see how it does in the woods here. Whoa. It's like being on a waterbed. That shock back there. I don't know if that shock is adjustable, is it? Let me just take a quick look. No, it doesn't even have that little ring you could adjust it with, so not adjustable. Guys, sorry about that. Oof. Damn. Lots of rocks and roots in here. Not exactly, wouldn't be that enjoyable taking a bike in here like this. Sounds like the battery's flopping around in there. Hey. Yeah, on smooth ground is fine, but this rocky stuff is not fun. Oh my God, tons of rattle. All right. Let's see how it does climbing out of here. Damn. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Up and down. Okay, there's your Y7. $1,200 for the money. Definitely a lot of fun, and it looks great. What I don't like about it? Definitely cheap shocks. Felt some bottoming out in the front. Not a fan of the display. It's a very cheap display, very basic. You don't get any data on here essentially. The gearing as well. There's definitely a lot of ghost pedaling. Do not expect to pedal this bike and find that enjoyable. Other than that, those are my main dislikes. I love the looks. I love the price point. Good power. It doesn't go as fast as they say it would. I forget what the, well, they claim it on their website 28 miles an hour. It definitely goes past that because you can change it in the settings. You know, I got about 35, 36. If you're lighter than me, 180. Maybe you can get to 40 if you bump it up on the settings there. Not a very torquey bike, so no 190 newton meters, I don't think so. Just it feels more like, 85, 90 tops on that. Great seat. I love how the seat looks. I love the lighting too. That's a really nice tail light, the way they split the signals back here. And you get the front ones up here. Cockpit is pretty nicely laid out. Handlebars have a nice upsweep to them. Good controls all around. I wish my Road had this setup. This is a really nice way to do the lights, turn signals, and horn. This particular display here. That's a nice touch as well. The grips are decent. You can't put any, I guess you have to put a hole in this. Yeah, they are flexible back here, so if you want to stick a mirror in there, you could punch that out on the sides here. Definitely needs some mirrors as well. You can't fit any on the top, I don't think, so there's not really any room. You could put them on the bottom coming out though, upside down, if you want to try that. But just a badass looking e-bike overall, or electric dirt bike, excuse me. And I'm pretty happy with it. For $1,200, it is what it is, guys. They have to cheap out somewhere, and they did that with the suspension and the display and stuff like that. So brakes are pretty good. I love how those reds just pop against those blue rims down there. And Sasikeibike is how you pronounce it, I think. And that's a look at this Y7 electric dirt bike, guys. So thanks for watching. Would you pick up one of these? Let me know. I think I have a discount code as well. So check out my link in the description, and I'll see you on the next Crisscross. I'm out of here.